mop up some of the condensation off of my bottle of tea here. Dab some of it on the old forehead, because that will evaporate quickly. Good, have luck, fun. Thank you, Firebat. Same to you. We are using some of the new sprites here tonight, and the race will begin in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go! Actually, I haven't... So, I haven't played Symphony of the Night in a couple of years, and I haven't played as Richter in, like, even longer than that. But I'm pretty sure this is still, like, the same running animation that he has in Soten. And honestly, I can't remember if he had the run or the power walk in Rondo of Blood. Because I know he had the power walk in Dracula X. Trying to think if Richter is the one Belmont that's been in more Castlevania games than any other. I'm trying to remember if that was Simon in CB3. I think it was. I think Simon was in 1, 2, and 3. And, like, they were both in Castlevania HD. Harmony of Despair. Which is one of the coolest Castlevania games, in my opinion. It was the one that has, like, the big map, where you can see, like, almost the entire map all in one shot. And the characters are kind of teeny tiny, and they have to navigate through the whole thing, and it's multiplayer. The other Castlevania HD was the one with Juiced Belmont that was on Game Boy Advance. And that is probably the third best Castlevania game on the Game Boy Advance. And I'm pretty sure there were only 3 on that system. But again, I am a huge fan of Aria of Sorrow. It's such a shame that collecting 100% souls sucks in Aria of Sorrow. There's at least 3 enemies in that game that it is so fucking bad farming their souls. First one is Skyfish, because you have to, like, slow down time in order to even be able to hit the guy. Otherwise, he just streaks across the top of the screen and you can't hit him. Tatsunoku, I think that's his name, that chubby little snake. You don't even have a chance to hit him when you enter his room sometimes. And even if you do get in there and you're able to hit him, there's a chance that you won't be able to do enough damage to him quickly enough and he will just be gone. And the third one, I guess, would be Iron Golem, which, if you're trying to farm that thing's soul and you don't already have the soul for, oh, fuck, whatever that enemy that just looks like a floating blanket. Why can I not remember the name of that thing? Well, either way, that soul gives you an attack that will swap HP and MP values. Killer Mantle, that's what it is. Yeah, if you're trying to farm Iron Golem's soul without Killer Mantle, you are a fucking masochist. Because you can't do more than 1 damage per hit on Iron Golem, and he has 9,999 hit points. You can hit him multiple times, but at best, you're only gonna get like 4 or 5 hits in hopped? I'd say more like 3 or 4. You don't want chubby little snake as your enemy. This man speaks truth. And, I mean, soul farming in Aria of Sorrow just kind of sucks anyways. Because even when you have souls and items equipped that increase drop chances for the souls, you still don't have a 100% success rate of getting them to drop, ever. Like, I don't actually think there's anything you can do to guarantee soul drops, unless you are a TAS, and that doesn't count. Aria of Sorrow is a good one for a short playthrough. You can get to the credits in just about 15 minutes. I got fucking stuck in crouch. The real question is, how do I do all those cool backflips that Richter can do? That's the fun thing about watching, like, Rondo or Dracula X speedruns. Richter is pretty much just backflipping all over the place. do a flip! I think that was high-pitched enough for that guy's voice. Yeah! Thought it was so funny when that dude showed up in Shang-Chi. He pulls out his fucking smartphone and he starts streaming the fucking fight on the the fight on the train. Yeah, I'm gonna review this fight. I think I might need to lean forward. Get some airflow across my back. Ah. You know, I kind of thought that Richter's Morph Ball sprite would have been something else besides the orb. I guess it makes sense for it to be the orb. I guess maybe I was wanting it to be like the holy water bottle. Lightning finger! Just a little bit too early. No, more comfortable when I'm leaning back. At least as far as my posture is concerned. I feel like I have to lean forward a bit too much, and then I have to like crank my neck back a little bit. Still, just need to go and buy myself a new fan. Like, I may need to get, like, a larger, like, box fan. I think those usually run, like, around $20? Maybe a little bit more than that? Like the Lasco ones that come in the big blue box. Either that or I need to get one of those as seen on TV things. The other thing I could do is disassemble the one tiny fan that I have, and I could try to set up that trick that's going around on the internet right now where you use 3 rubber bands to make a fan that spins without a motor. Because, I mean, if that works, then pretty sure I can get the supplies for that a whole lot cheaper than I can another big box fan. I used to have a little, like, USB fan. Don't know whatever happened to that. I think it stopped working. Yeah, it's why I was thinking of doing it with a smaller box fan that I have that just doesn't work. So it'd be pretty easy to take the blades out of it. The actual fan part of it. But I mean, like, I've seen someone do that 3 rubber band trick with a fan that was entirely made out of just scraps of cardboard. And all you have to do is, like, spin it once. And then it just keeps fucking going. But I am kind of curious about those as seen on TV things. I may have to do some more research on those, because I know... the grocery store down the street from me has them. The grocery store that I usually shop at, I should say. I don't want to go to the one that's, like, literally just down the road from me by a couple minutes drive. I don't like the layout of that store. I'm not familiar with it, and I'm trying to remember how long ago this was, but they had an active shooter situation. Within the past year, I want to say. Oh yeah, and their parking lot is a fucking death trap. Because it's like, it's not big enough, and all of the parking spots are at like 45-degree angles. Buzz. That's a YouTube link. I'll have to check that out in a bit. Reviews from a video I just watched yesterday. Okay. Neat. Oh, I understand that feeling. There's a lot of creators on YouTube that I get super excited whenever I see new videos from them. The one guy I feel like name-dropping right now because of the project he's currently working on is Nate from the internet, who used to be one of the hosts on The King of Random. Because he's 3D printing a, like, person-sized Lego castle. And he had this one really cool video where he, first of all, he likes making knives, and the challenge he gave himself was make a knife in 1 hour, make a knife in 1 day, and then make a knife in 1 week. And I really like watching certain things that I just have zero idea about. If I want to learn about something, then I will find it interesting. But I am not necessarily a fan of just being taught stuff. That's why I was not really a big fan of school when I was younger. But goddamn, I loved Mythbusters. Ended up learning more science from that show than I did from school. that also just speaks to the caliber of teachers that I had. I kind of can't believe I just did that. Missed one jump and I couldn't get to any of the platforms. It just didn't react in time to get to any of them, so it's not like this was a great run anyways. But still, when huge chunks of time come off like that, it's not good. What was the other thing I was watching a couple of days ago? Oh, the World of Long Plays channel put out a long play of Rez from the PS2. Oh my god, I had completely forgotten about that game. Such a cool music game. Pretty sure I could have taught my high school teacher calculus better than he taught me at the time. Yeah, dude, my freshman year, my math teacher was so fucking bad. And he's just so monotone and so boring and such a poor public speaker that I ended up falling asleep in his class constantly. Come on, Richter. There we go. That air dash. Pretty sure the Richter's air dash was the Hadouken input. Down, down, forward, forward. Then a button. So, watching Soten speedruns back in the day, that was always something that really impressed me, was watching people chain all of those air dashes together. Ghost! Spooky ghost. Slow boy. Ooh, he is coming in from a weird angle because I didn't jump. And I let go of the button. So I didn't get the X Factor. Should have him here. Oh yeah. I need to finish him with missiles. And I need to get a little bit of health. Kind of like that. And of course I hit both of those flames. And I'm right back to where I started. Please don't health bomb me. I have more than 40 health. Don't health bomb me. Come on. Give me ammo. Damn it. Oh, whatever. Let's pick up all of it. I still have one power bomb. And I'm about to get 2 from the coughings. I think these things are actually called bowls. But, I mean, come on, they look like coughing. Come on, Richter. Quit messing around. Here we go. That might be too high. Okay, we're good. Mamma mia, that's a spicy 0 factor. That's the ceiling, buddy. If we can't get a little bit more health. Good enough. And I'm gonna have to take another colder than normal shower at some point tonight. Ugh. May need to turn my ceiling fan up to its actual highest setting. And yeah, the vanilla palette for Richter is actually really nice. You got the blue for the normal suit, the red for Varia, and then black for Gravity. I like it. Still say he sits at like a solid B tier. You know, the thing that might actually make this easier is if I actually went to the tier list website instead of doing it myself in paint.net. Oh yeah. This is just, this is reminding me that they cut, I want to say they cut the entire credits sequence from the Mega Man 2 plug and play joystick. Oops. They might have even, now that I think of it, they might have actually cut like the whole ending. Like the scene where Mega Man is walking on a black background as the seasons are changing in the picture behind him. Like, I think as soon as Wily is beaten and he starts, like, bowing to Mega Man and the victory music plays, I think the game just cuts right back to the title screen. It's a neat little thing. Plug-and-play joysticks that I've had have been pretty cool, not gonna lie. The Namco one that I used to have, I don't remember all of the games that were on it, but it had a game called Bosconian, and it was the first time I had ever heard of that game. Come on. And it's a really, in my opinion, unique take on a space shooter, where it's not an auto-scroller, it's not just like a back-and-forth kind of Galaga or Space Invaders kind of game. You kind of have free roam of this game field, and there's like enemy space stations that you need to blow up. So that one was a lot of fun for that reason. And I had the SpongeBob one for a while, and that one had a horizontal scrolling shmup that I really liked. It was like the one game on there that seemed to me like an actual video game, and not just, you know, like a memory game, or, you know, lots of other little basic kinds of shovelware games. Still need to look around to see if there's like a really user-friendly shmup maker. That'd be really cool. I know that Tyrion 2000 has like a ship editor, so you can like make your own ship sprites with that. But I'm talking something where you can actually like make your own from the bottom up. I'm sure there is, I just don't know what the name of it might be. cool. Hit back at just the wrong time. I shot the floor for some dumb reason. Damn it. That was too early to turn into a ball. And I don't have power bombs equipped. There we go. What the fuck, dude? God damn it, Richter. Maybe we need to sever this Richter's arms with an elevator as well. Okay. It's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. You're dead. Get down here. Hello? You're dead. The final count up. Costs us $20,000 every time we play that song. Cut it out. And there's Insane Firebat finishing in first. They 47.58. GG. Insane Firebat loaded for bear. You know, I'm not sure I understand what that phrase actually means. I'm probably thinking about it too hard. But that's like one of those phrases where I feel like I need to look up the origins of it. Because I know it doesn't mean what I think it means. I know that much. And if it does mean what I think it means, and that's still kind of a weird kind of phrase. I do have a couple boxes of bear load laying around here. Reminder that I have a stupid ship. I don't think that the collision on the Castlevania platforms is like that dissimilar from what the sprite shows. There are some of these ships where, like, they look different enough from Samus's normal ship that you don't think you can jump onto certain parts of it. Bought them for my grandfather. I don't have anything that big. Bear shotgun. I bet you wouldn't even use shot for a bear. Probably use slugs. Then again, I don't think I remember ever selling a hunting license that was specifically for bears. Smith & Wesson 500 Magnum. Just a fucking hand cannon. Probably more for scaring them off than anything. Jets. Get off of me. Thank you. Fuck that up. Good and truly. I want to just leave one. If I just leave one sitting behind, the game will instruct all future Metroids to just not drop supers for me. Ah. All this fucking sweat off of my hands. I'm actually really thankful that I have a little bit of food that I don't have to heat up. So I don't have to worry about making my apartment boiling fucking hot later tonight. We got JC taking second place with a 54-13. GG. Danger mode. Got her. Okay. Get my dot time ready. Not my dot done, my dot time. Excuse me. My dot done pre-typed a flat 57. Ugh. Whatever, could be worse. Boing. cool. That didn't count as a down input, apparently. Thankfully, I'm only like 2 or 3 seconds behind from where I usually am. And none of those shots hit the door. Of course not. Why would shots persist by any more than just like a couple pixels? I hit shift. Fuck. GG. 59-16. And since, unfortunately, it's the Varia, like, RTA timer and custom end credits that have been having adverse effect on some of the ROMs that I've been making. I went ahead and did not apply that to this particular ROM and the one that I'm going to be using for the later race. Boy, I need to cut this eraser again, is what I need to do. I don't have a pair of scissors nearby, and I don't think I have a particularly sharp knife nearby either. So I have to do that later. But yes, GG. Thanks for the race. And thankfully, it's gonna start getting a little bit cooler around here. Not very quickly, and not by very much. But at least it's not continuing to get warmer. Okay, so I've still got requests in the line. I need to, like, maybe stand up. Get out of that chair for a second. Oh, God. Already feels a little bit better, because at least air from my ceiling fan is hitting my back now. I also might need to rethink my choice in office chair. May want to bring in the one I have in the other room. Air Force! Clack. Alright. How many points did I lose? Just 3. Awesome. Yo, OOT is number 1. Good for them. Yeah, I've dropped down to 35. Zost is out of the green. JC is up there in Greenland. Most importantly, we got best place. Hey JC, thank you for the congrats on the sub 1. That's, I mean, honest to God, that's all I really aim for anymore, is kind of being able to just muscle memory my way through this game and getting a sub 1 in the process. Like I always say, if I would ever just, you know, practice this game and actually get strats figured out, it'd be a little bit of a different story. If there's one thing that I'd want to put on the need to learn this shit first list, it would be better Meridia strats. It'd be the halfy, full halfy, either one. Don't really care. It's better than what I do anyways. And then the Shine Spark on Dragon, so that I can get the Shine Spark across the halfy room. I don't know what the community name of that would be. What is best place? Well, I'm glad you asked, Spacer Crab. Might or might not have something to do with the image that's currently taking up a grand percentage of my screen. He said the P word! Somebody call the cops! Do I do the thing? I think I'm gonna do the thing. I've probably done this extremely recently, but I don't really care. Feel like playing this dumb little game. Get the windows I want in the order that I want. Get this out of my face. That's right. Boy, that's a really appropriate slogan for this. The one and only doing the thing. I'm already on my Sega emulator. Now, which route do I want to do? Saving the internet better than best. Yeah, so let's not do all booby traps. I don't think I've ever... You know what? I think I have seen that set of startup screens before, but I usually don't just sit and wait on it. I need BIOS. I I can never remember which one I go with. I think I just go with that one. Alright, so let's do... one of the other routes. This one definitely takes a bit longer than the one that I usually do. And all of these routes take more time than the actual any percent speedrun route. Which, again, shoutouts to a guy that was... I think he's changed his handle since he got his run of this on console. But at the time, he was known as Stuff is Stuff. But I think he's changed his username by now. But he's got the fastest time for this game on console, because there is a difference between loading times when it comes from going from scene to scene in this game. And I think I've asked this before, but I'm pretty sure that it has something to do with the BIOS file that I'm using. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was Firebat that was saying something when I asked initially that BIOS files could have something to do with that. All that I know is that the TAS of this game does not speed up the text at the very beginning of the game. So you could technically get a better run than the TAS on any percent. But every other category for this game is either made up by me or would take entirely way too long. Like you can see right here on this save file, if you wanted to do a run of this game where you went to all the different rooms, it would take you over 5 hours and possibly over 6 hours. Well, most likely it would take you over 6 hours. Might even take you over 7. Just because navigation in this game is so fucking confusing. And God forbid if you try to see all of the gags. Going to all of the rooms and seeing all of the gags requires multiple forced game overs. So the only other really viable route for a speedrun in this game is activating all of the booby traps, which you can see from the remaining monuments section in the stats there. Because if you activate all the booby traps, it does trigger a special ending. But I am going to be playing one of my made-up categories, which is the longer of the two, which is we are going to go see the genie 14 different times. Yeah, that text. The task doesn't speed that up, and I don't know why. So we need button 3. Hell yes. Now we need button 2. Genie percent. And I love that in some of the room transitions, you still get gags like this. So now I need button 7. Yes, I agree. Button 7 is the red one. We need button 8, which is the red one. And now for our very first genie. We need red tea. There's a lot of yellow going on this screen. There he goes. Black Sea. And the dryer just hangs there. Oh yeah, the room before that. The Batbrella. Now we need button 2. It should be smack dab in the middle of her forehead. The wing horse. And we need button 6. Every gag every gag on that screen involves the horse losing his wings and falling. Button 6 again. Let's make ourselves a nice healthy milkshake by selecting the blue bomb. And that is it for the first line of my notes. Because now we're in the actual genie's room. Or the genie's actual room. Let's put that word where it needs to be. And he blows up. 2, 3, 4. Button 6. That's the one angle that you see the genie from where you realize that's not a mustache, that's actually his mouth. It took me a while to realize that. And we've got the hypercube toilet. You can get a 1-up from the hypercube toilet. I don't know what that button actually does, it just says 1-up. Oh, good. Another one of these. 5, 6, 7, 9. Unmellow Parfait. There he is again. And also, if I was playing this with audio, you would hear almost every time the genie gets summoned, he says, "Near, near, 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 near." And since, like, all of this game's sounds and voices were done by 2 people, it's not really that surprising. So now we need button 2. Nope. I need button 7. That's a good example of one of the cutaway gags. They don't particularly make much sense. There he is again. Okay, I would just got like a couple steps ahead of myself on my notes. There we go. Now we need button 2. And this is actually where the first of the booby traps is located. It's on this button right here. I'm not gonna press it. Now we need button 10. Which is the last one. Have to be careful in this room in particular. If you drink the wrong potion, the kid will grow boobs. Oh no, my dog! Button 5. And then we need button 5 again. No? Do I need button 2? Yes. Okay, yeah, I'm getting a step or two ahead of myself on these notes. So now I need button 5. And if I ever had custom emotes, they would probably be some of these faces. Just like those buttons with the little faces on them. I need button 6. And then button 9 should be another genie. Yes. Button 7. There's a lot of yellow rooms in this game. That's button 4, with how I count the buttons. Again, top left to bottom right. And button 10. Genie again. As always, I think this is a hilarious game to just, like, roam around in. Button 5. And we need button 6. We should need button 6 again. So Ned Flanders. We should need button 2. This is the closest we ever get to the kid. The most close-up shot. And there's a race channel already. Hell yeah. Button 4. Thankfully, even with the way I count, this is still button 4. So that's not confusing. Back to the monolith. Button 2. Yoshim! Button 6 should give us another genie. Hiya! And then this next part is where I had previously screwed up. But we got it figured out eventually. Button 3. Button 4. Then we need button 3 plus 4, or 7. That's not funny. We're at the system startup screen. I need button 5. The bass in that song is reminding me a lot of the title theme from the Motorhead game that's on Amiga. Button 4. Button 3. To the skies! Whoosh! Boy, I went a little higher than the sky. I went to hyperspace. I need button 8. We need button 5. I need to mess around one of these days in that particular room. You can make some really goofy looking aliens in that room. Button 6. Bubble Genie. He just pops. Green smiley should be button 9. And button 7. Red H, button 3. It's a genie. We need button 6. We need button 4. Eight. Chris Mullen. Button 5. Button 4. He really is just all over the place in this game. I want to say he is one of the most recurring gags, or one of the most recurring gag characters in the entire game. Alright, button 1. And believe it or not, we're actually in a different room now. 2. I scream, you scream, we all scream. In the terrible house fire at the family reunion. Oh god. I have been watching a lot of the shorts on the Legends of Evantris channel. They have a lot of their funnier moments have been immortalized in cartoon form. And it's just like D&D style tabletop gaming. But these guys regularly find their characters in ridiculous situations. Button 6. Button 7. Button 4, the bat phone. We're actually really close to being done. We're on my last line of notes. And my notes are literally just a string of numbers. Lady button. It's button 5. And button 3. I'll get in the race channel in just a sec when I finish up. Andadasi. Button 5. Button 5 makes the genie happen. See ya. 6, 7, 8, 9. Button 9. I see genie. Mm-hmm. Button 8. And the less said about that room, the better. Not for any particular reason, it's just one of the dopier rooms that exist in this game. Button 8. and that's the final genie. But we're only like 2 rooms away from the end of the game. So we just keep going. Laundromat. Need the pig button. Which is number 5, of course. And this brings us to one version of the final room of the game. There are 2 versions of the final room. And I think it's in that little intro screen where you're like walking up to the building where you can tell a little bit of a difference between the 2 of them. In one of them, you need button 8 in order to win. In this one, you need button 2. And that's GG. We literally just saved the internet. And I just joined a Super Metroid race. So yeah, at some point I feel like I need to write something up for the speedrun.com page for Panic, just to reiterate the fact that a 100% rooms or 100% scenes category would take around 7 hours. And if you have loading times between rooms that are longer than mine, it's definitely going to be over 7 hours, and it might even be closer to 8. I long for a 100% file. I'm close with file 3. Again, I think I'm at 94% on the scenes. And most of those, if not all of those, are the instant game over rooms. And I'll wait for the credits to play out, just because you get to see the entire, well, the majority of the cast of characters in this game. And there's so many different sprites in this game. Everyone, come out and take a bow. Unfortunately, it's yet another scene with a bright yellow background. A lot of these sprites of like the characters chasing each other is from the Scooby-Doo hallway, where people are just like running in and out of doors across this like hotel hallway. Yeah, and there's some weird characters in this as well. Kissy-faced robot. All the salarymen being chased by a Moai and Wing Horse. And that's why I called him Batbrella. He's an umbrella that turns into a bat, or vice versa. Here we go. Now we're starting to get to the weirdos. There's our guy. And there's the puppy boss. And all of these particular guys are in one room where your character just like hits them over the head with something and they blow up. Oh, I think we've got E. Holden and Tillamorph also in the race here tonight. Good to see them. I still don't know why I get a gray screen for the very first scene of the intro. So it's supposed to be something else. So yeah, if we load up file 3, that has 94 scenes visited. Oh, I'm at this room. Okay, so there's 3 rooms right there near the very end of the game that I have not been to. And the flashing rooms are the ones where I've seen all the gags, or where I've pushed all of the buttons. That's how they measure it, because even just teleporting from one room to another is considered a gag. And they're all counted by that little star meter there. But yeah, you have to go 10 levels deep, at least, to get to one of the game over rooms. Then you have to go 14 levels deep for one of the other game overs. Then you need to go 17 levels deep in order to get the final forced game over. And I'm pretty sure this file has seen all but one of them. So yeah. We're getting close on all scenes, but it is just... it's a slog to get through when you know you have to play almost the entire game just in order to get game overed, sent back to the beginning, and then you have to do that 2 more times. And let's load up our other new sprite for the night. This is the only one that I gave the speed demos patch to. Just watching it before the early race. We're gonna watch it again, gosh dang it. And then I'm gonna switch to one of the other ROMs that has goofy colors. Hmm. So I like that mid-air morph ball with Cacodemon. He does a roll. And of course the spin that he does during the jump is so good. I don't know, I'm kind of thinking already that Cacodemon might be an A. Because it is a really well done sprite. And it's got some good stuff going for it. I'm gonna have to once again go refresh my drink here in just a little bit. right. And yeah, just to cover my bases, I know I found this out before the 9, but if you don't already have save data on some of these ROMs with custom sprites, you cannot advance through the cutscene. Like, this is a problem with some of the newer sprites. A lot of the older ones, it's not an issue. See? I click the button, the flashing box goes away, but it can't load the cutscene. I remember running into a problem like this ages ago. Like the very first time I tried either Smile or Samus Aran Beauty Salon. One of those had the ability to edit the text on these screens, and it would never advance past this first screen. Like, hitting all sorts of buttons, I can fast forward, nothing happens. So you kinda have to get lucky that one of your files already has save data that it reads from. Like pre-existing save data. And since almost all of my ROMs have the exact same name, that happens. Where a lot of them will run from like the same, what is it, a .dat file? And this is because of the Varia credits and the Varia RTA timer. So you can see I've got the one that's at 0 seconds and 0 minutes, but then I've got this one, well, 0 seconds, 0 minutes, and 0 hours. This one and the bottom one are already at 100 hours, basically. And the fact that it's giving you Samus's location is also part of the Varia RTA timer and special credits. But this is why I made as many of these files as I did. Because I made a bunch that don't have the RTA timer and special credits at the end, but some of them don't have save data. Like, even though they have the same name as pre-existing data files. I don't get it, but maybe it's not for me to get. Anyways. Let me go ahead and get on the right screen. I will be right back. Alright. One last refresh of my Rainwave request line. Hell yeah, dude. The late race has been getting bigger over the past couple of weeks. It's nice to see. All in favor of more people playing this game. We made it! So I don't remember if I actually loaded up this particular ROM earlier. I don't think I did, since there was just the one save file. I'd be interested to actually take a look in my SD card and see how many different data files I have that have the exact same name. And if they don't have, or if all of them don't have the same name, that's probably going to be even more confusing. That DAT file. I mean, I guess I could look it up real quick. Oh, it's not a DAT file, it's an SRM file. .dat files are for something else. And I don't remember what. That SRM file. It's either a SRM file or a SHRM file. No, there's an toaster. Hell yeah. Always showing up just in the nick of time. Of course, I'm a fucking early nerd, so I don't have much more room to talk. What else is interesting about my dumb little game of Panic? Good have luck fun. Thank you, Firebat. Same to you. Guess it's just the fact that I was introduced to Panic by a multi-part playthrough that was done by Frank-O-Matic on YouTube. And even in that session that he did, it was, you know, a big, long, multi-part session while he was reading the same game facts notes that I've got. The race will begin in 10 seconds. I'll finish that thought in a little bit. 3, 2, 1, go! He might... Oh god, this is a terrible color. Frank-O-Matic might have visited all of the rooms, but I'm almost positive that he didn't end up getting all of the gags. I think he got all of the gags that were not just room transitions. So you end up seeing a lot of the game. But of course, the other thing is, there's 2 different versions of the final room. So even after you complete a run-through of the game, you have to go back and do it again in order to see the second final room. And since it is such an obscure game, and the community for it is like less than 10 people, I think I might be one of, if not the only person, hold on. Already not phrasing that right. 4314. Yo, Telemorph and I at the same time. I mean, I'm gonna keep going until I see people quitting en masse to reset. I don't care either way. It's not like I'm gonna win this. The only people I'm going to beat are the people that the game beats. But it looks like we're just gonna keep going, so... we good. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that I might be the only person that has really, like, put this much thought into Panic and what a speedrun of the game would actually look like in multiple categories. I know that people have thought about it. I'm not sitting here saying I'm the only person in the world that has thought about this video game in such a way, but I know that there's not very many others. And I might be the only person that has developed multiple, like, side routes for the game. Like lightning dinosaurs or all genies. There it is. It's a very goofy little game, but I love it to death. Dude, again! Fuck. Cacodemon, please. It's too fat to make some of these jumps. Help, I'm fat. First ever race, I forgot to do my controls, so I had to play with default. Dang. This is my first race with Cacodemon. I don't know if that counts. Since I play with goofy sprites every week. These missile drops are so bad. So sad, it's so bad, it makes me mad. Bonk. All I will say about what's going on in IRC is that I've always used default controls. I learned with default controls. Never bothered to learn anything different. Let this little guy go. Now, if Cacodemon had custom names for his items, I wonder what they would be. Would they be like the names, like some of them would be the names of some of the other monsters from Doom? Would it be some of like the names of the guns? Would it be some of the names of the levels? I can't think of anything else that really has names in Doom besides those three things. I'd have to look at the last screen on the Varia credits. Actually count how many different items there are in this game, because I don't remember offhand. I crouched instead of running off to the right. We'd give Spring Ball a special name if we ran out of unique Doom names by that point. We'd just call it something from Chex Quest. Oh my god, dude, I'm gonna fucking die. I couldn't get out of the pit. And then I fell. Because one spin jump didn't work right. It me. So I'll tell you this much. When I was a kid, I didn't know about, was it Plutonia Experiment? Or the other one? But I sure as shit knew about Chex Quest. Clearly one of the best Doom mods that's out there. Doom WODs, even. I still need to play Batman Doom. The one Doom WOD that I have played was Pirate Doom, and Pirate Doom is fucking awesome. Oh, I'm gonna have to kill him again. I got like nothing but health. Although, what was that one free-to-play Doom WOD that was on Steam? Oh god, I'll think of it eventually. If not, I'll have to look it up in my library. It's a really, like, spooky-looking Doom WOD that has, like, custom graphics everywhere. And again, it's free to play. I think all you need... I don't even know if you need GZ Doom in order to play it. Also, I'm noticing one of Cacademon's poses looks like the troll face, where like his chin is stuck out extra far. I think it's like his elevator pose, or like when he was getting the suit. E-Tank. I'll have to check when I'm on the elevator to Norfair here in just a second. I didn't think I was gonna land that. Yeah, he's definitely making a troll face. Can't see it because of the 30 hertz flicker, but you know. One of these days I'll find a fucking easy cap that can do 60 FPS. Or, you know, I'll figure out how other people capture video from their CRTs. I'm just kind of lucky because this particular TV has a video output plug, or series of plugs on the back. This is one of the few TVs I've ever seen that actually has a video output and not just inputs. I'm not exactly sure why TVs would need outputs like that. I don't think that that's how VCRs used to connect. I could be wrong. I thought they connected in a different way. Well, I mean, shit, I thought those connected through inputs. The only thing I can think of is if, like, you were trying to have the video from this TV going to another TV. Which I'm not exactly sure why you would do that. And it's not like this TV is all that old. It's from like the early to mid 2000s. But you know, it's not from the 90s. I mean, hell, it might have been from the 90s, from like 99 or 2000 or something, but it was still in the box when I got it. Supers, please. Thank you. This is something I'm gonna have to Google later tonight, when I should just be going to bed. Sitting here looking up, why does my TV have these? I think it might even be on like the wall jump sprite that Cacodemon is also doing the troll face. Good. Good. It's fine. We made it up there. We got out of there. It was a very purple save room. Oh good, and we have bright yellow ice beam. The frozen lemonade beam. We've actually gotten pretty good luck with not getting yellow ice beam the past couple of weeks. I need to curate these ROMs a bit harder. to wait for my stream to catch up. Yeah, 30 hertz flicker sucks. At least I didn't fall all the fucking way down like I did in the 9. But still, that fucking sucks. Oh yeah, here we go. See, we want to talk about bizarre little video games. Wizards and Warriors is a special little monster of a video game. The only one I've ever beaten is this one, the first one. Only ever played like a little bit of the second and third ones. And I'm pretty sure I own both of them. Like physical copies of them. There he is. Caco troll. And then he's gone. And once again we get okay crabs. The music across the entire Wizards and Warriors franchise is really good in my opinion. Oh, does he? Yep, he has the troll face for his Shine Spark sprite. Good. Like, the confusing thing about Wizards and Warriors is how are you supposed to attack enemies in that game? Because, like, some of them you can jump on. You know, give them the old Goomba stomp. Sometimes you could swing your little pokey stick at them. Sometimes you can like jump kind of like up into them so that your lance collides with them. But it's another one of those games like Lagoon or Zelda 2 where basic combat can be like one of the most dangerous parts of the whole game. Got him. One more, come on. Too early, but as long as I hit him with 2. I just had to fucking say something. Damn it. He's dead, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, some of those games where basic combat just feels like its own challenge. Again, Zelda 2, Lagoon, Wizards and Warriors. They remind me of a line of text from the instruction manual of the old NES game Deadly Towers, in which it describes your starting sword as, like, being inadequate, and it makes you, like, I think the line is, using this sword makes you feel lonely. And, like, that's not a good sword. If using that particular sword makes you feel lonely, had to have just been a localization error, I would think. And Deadly Towers, for being such an obscure and such a challenging game, and, like, you know, so many people call it one of the hardest NES games ever made, I don't disagree. Because that game is so much deeper than it has any right to be. Some of the dungeon sections in that game are unnecessarily large. It's big for no good goddamn reason. It's like, there's not even any reason to go, like, that deep into any of the dungeons. And it's not like the last level of Zelda 1, where that shithole is just overly complicated and you have to go to almost every single room in that dungeon. Just because basic navigation through that dungeon sucks. I had, when I played it, when I beat Legend of Zelda for the first time, like a year or two ago, I had to go and track down a map of the dungeon and then draw lines on it in different colors to help me understand where I was going. Zelda 1 is one of those games that I'm glad I finally got around to beating it, but man, I am not coming back to that game. Especially not ever gonna do second quest. Hell no. Zelda 2, though, that is a completely different story. I have played that game multiple times. It's my favorite way to play it is New Game Plus, where you don't have to go to any of the towns to get your magic spells. You just have to rush through all the dungeons. I mean, I think you still have to do a couple things in some of the towns. Like, I don't think you need to deal with the guy that extends the bridge in one of the towns, because you already have the fairy magic. trying to remember if you even need to go through the dungeons to get the items. Or if literally all you're doing is just fighting the bosses. I think you still have to go and collect the items. It's been way too long since the last time I played Zelda 2, but it's a fun one. And that game's combat is so much easier to get a hold of than Lagoon. Because you have such a teeny tiny little hitbox. Hurt box. Choose which one applies. But yeah, it's it's such a tiny little butter knife. And like I was saying when I was messing around with it earlier, if you try to attack an enemy while you're facing up or while you're facing down, you might as well just kiss your ass goodbye. There's some times where you have to do it, like against bosses, but at that point, you're hoping that you can attack so fast that you just hit stun the boss to death. Because, well, if you don't, then the boss is going to step on top of you, and, oh yeah, I need to shoot that one down. The boss will step on top of you and, like, damage boost you through his own sprite. Wasted a couple there. Gotten that super. Hard to tell where the bottom of this guy's sprite really is. Because when he lands from a spin jump, it looks like he's landing on, like, the bottom of the illustrated part of the sprite. Instead of where where Samus's legs would be. Oops. The instant goop is nice to see. But then the multiple swoops here more than make up for it. Swoop Master 5000. Eat him up, yum yum. Excuse me. Oh god, tornado mode. I need to get to a different level that has a different background color. It's kind of hard to see where my guy is every once in a while. There we go. Oh no! We got a man down. Uh-oh. And it was from Dead Ridley. Oh my god. That sucks. That is just one of the worst feelings in this game. Fucker started a pogo from 3/4 of the way up the room. Ugh. Disgusting. I'm up there. Huh? How? Why did I get blown that far back? It's kind of funny. Oh my god, we got the Kago. Alright. Red Eyes Dumb Dragon. Oh, except he's got green eyes here. Damn it. And you're dead, sir. Damn it. So, TMNT Shredder's Revenge, if I'm remembering right, that's the beat 'em up that looks extremely similar to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind, as well as the G.I. Joe. I think it's called Wrath of Cobra. They all look extremely similar, and they all probably play almost the exact same. It's funny because I'm almost positive they're by different developers. It's just they all look like they're made by the same creative team. It's so funny. And that's not necessarily a bad thing either. They're all good-looking games. And we got E. Holden taken first with a 46-46. GG. I'm also still trying to figure out what is going on in the Morph Ball sprite. It just looks so weird. Oh yeah. Shadow of the Ninja. What a cool game that I never heard of when I was a kid. And Tillamorph taking second for the 48-16. GG. Thought I waited long enough to pick up whatever that guy was going to drop, but whatever. Oh boy. And in Toaster taking third with a 50.09. GG. Even though I know I'm good on supers. Doesn't matter. I'd rather be safe than stupid. And we got JC Walk taking fourth with a 51.50. Somebody call the cops. Nah, GG. I didn't take screw off. I didn't screw off. plug in this strange device into Cacademon's eyeball. I'm sure he loves it. Sometimes you just can't Zeb skip. Sometimes the game is just like, no. Door transition counter is going to be pissed. If I was playing with the Varia credits, an RTA timer, that is. Okay. Evil Meatball has brought me this far. Let's go ahead and make it official. Danger time. Whoa, oh my god. That was way too fucking close. Got her. What is his sprite doing? Okay, now he's back to normal. I did not understand what I was looking at during that pose where Samus is looking up at the baby. Oh yeah, I should probably pre-type my .time. And then pre-type my .done. 5651. Need to quit hitting her hand. Boing. Yep, we still got screw attack. We kind of look very similar. Well, this was an okay escape until that happened.
Me out of here.
Fifth place, 5908. GG. Thanks for races. Yeah, I need to be getting 57s more consistently. 'Cause my PB is a very low 57. And I know I don't need to do that much to my route in order to start getting 56s. I just need to act like I've been playing this game for a very long fucking time. To be fair, there was like a number of years where I was just like half paying attention to what I was doing. But still. Thanks for the GGs. Thanks for the squid slots. Right, I wanted to look up the name of that Doom wad on Steam. I think I have it in my old school collection. No? Then it's in free to play. And it is called... Come on. It is called Shrine. S-H-R-I-N-E. Shrine. Very, very pixel-based art style to this Doom wad.
Your horse.
So it's been a little under 3 years since the first time, well, since I played through Shrine, and I have not yet played through Shrine 2. Yeah, pixel art style, creepy, eldritch kind of setting, and just, it's a Doom wad, so it plays so smoothly. What the fuck is this game? Oh. It's a platformer where you play as a sheep. And it has a wall slide? Oh my god. And the sheep can spit at enemies? Why have I not played this before? I need to install this right now. And it's done downloading. It's a game that's less than 100 megabytes. All right, JC, thank you for the compliments. You have yourself a good night. Oh my god. We did it. We managed to beat a video game twice in one night. And that is going to wrap things up for me tonight. I want to send a big thank you to my buddy Ponk for hanging out and playing some Yoshi's Island here tonight. Next week, we're going to get back to what we were going to do this week, but kind of wanted to help Ponk out with getting stuff going on his stream again, because it has been a number of years since he himself has done any streaming. So it's good to have him back. And next week is going to be when we mess around with Vampire Survivors. And I might have to check the Steam Summer Sale to see how much of Vampire Survivors DLC is on sale for dirt cheap. And of course, a big thanks to everybody from the SRL races. There are more and more seemingly every single week, which I'm loving to see. I would gladly take the old 1v1s with Insane Firebat anytime. But the fact that we're getting more and more people to show up has been really cool to see. And for everybody else, thanks for stopping by, thanks for hanging out, thanks for watching. I will catch you next time. See ya!